My name is Shivy Williams. I am your health, wellness, and fitness accountability coach, and I help you, reach your goals by holding you accountable for reaching them. And this is Jax. Say hey, Jax. Hey, everybody. So, today's motivational message is going to be very interesting. So, as some of you know, I do a 30-day challenge, and this month, for part of that 30-day challenge, what we did was intermittent fasting. So I decided to do intermittent fasting for the very first time. I have fasted in the past, but for religious purposes. This time, I decided to do intermittent fasting with the group. And so I just wanted to come on and tell you about my experience with that. Now, before I tell you about my experience, let me tell you this. One very important thing. When you decide to change your eating habits, if it's intermittent fasting, if it's keto diet, if it's Mediterranean diet, if you're going to vegan, if you're going to vegetarian, whatever you're going to do and you're changing your diet to help you to lose weight, it is very important to follow the process, right? Follow the process. What does that mean? Following the process means that you're going to eat healthy items, right? You're going to stay away from the junk food items. If you want to see the best results, I don't care what you choose when it comes to changing your eating habits, you have to stick on the side of the healthier options and not so much on the junk food side options. So now let me tell you about my intermittent fasting story. It won't be that long. So I started out pretty good. One of the things with intermittent fasting I knew I did not want to do was I did not want to lose a lot of weight. And so I knew if I do the intermittent fasting, which was 16 hours fast, 8 hours eating, so I would eat somewhere between 12 and 8. Sometimes it may be a little earlier, sometimes it may be a little bit later, but I always did 16 and 8, right? 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. At first, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it because I wake up at like 3:15, 3:30 in the morning, and then I do an hour and a half workout, right? And then normally I eat after that. So having to wait till between 11:45 and 12 o'clock to eat for the first time of the day, I thought this is going to be insane. I'm going to be so hungry, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, I will tell you this, I could do it. And I wasn't starving like that because those hours where I was still fasting after my workout, I was drinking liquid. So I'd be drinking my water, I'd be drinking my my herbal tea. And so that would get me to when it was time for me to come off the fast. And by then, I would, maybe like an hour before, I'd be hungry. So I'd be like, man, when am I getting off? And then the hunger would go away. Then I'd check the clock. And sometimes I would still be fasting past, like this morning. I was supposed to come off the fast at 11:43. And I didn't even realize it. I was going to eat something. It was like 12:23. And I was going to eat something. I was like, oh man, I don't even remember when I'm supposed to come off the fast. I went to go look. I said, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to come off at 11:43. It's 11:23. I was supposed to come off at 11:23. Now it is 12. That's not right. I was supposed to come off at 11:43, and it is now 12:23. I should have eaten a long time ago. But it's okay. I went over a little bit. It didn't bother me any. I was ready to eat, and so I ate this morning. Now here's the downside of the intermittent fasting for me. Everybody doesn't have this experience. Everyone has a different experience. If you decide to do it, your experience is probably going to be different also, right? Now, people love intermittent fasting. They love doing it. It works for them, and it will work if you work it. But if you don't work it, it is not going to work for you. So now here's my rest of my experience. So I was doing good at first, and some reason, like the last week and a half, I think, I would come off the fast. Now, I was not eating like a lot of healthy stuff when I came off. It was almost like I was like, well, I fasted these 16 hours and now I just want to eat whatever I feel like eating. And sometimes I did, right? I have had peanut butter and jelly. I've had soup. I've had less vegetables for some stupid reason, right, Jackson? I had less vegetables. Drinking more water, but I had less vegetables to eat, eating protein, eating my carbs. And within the last week and a half, what I found that was happening for me, and someone else mentioned this in the group, they said, I come off the fast and I just I just want to eat and eat and eat and eat. And I've been like that lately, but what makes it even worse is that probably around when I eat dinner time, after I eat dinner, I would always want to just keep eating. And I would have bad cravings. Like I would have really, really bad cravings after I would eat dinner. And so you know what I did? I fed my cravings. I really did. I fed them, and I was eating popsicles and sherbet ice cream and mini Snicker bars. And it was like, when I tell you I was getting out of control, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting out of control. I have got to find a way to get back in control. But why am I all of a sudden craving food and wanting to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat? I still don't know the answer. I'm just going to tell you that now. But that's what, like, my intermittent fasting is going to be over on Sunday. That's my last day of doing it. I won't do it next month because I miss eating breakfast, to be honest. I love to eat breakfast, and I haven't been eating it because I don't want to eat breakfast at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Although I could, I just don't want to. So the cravings, and eating whatever I want to. And it was, I mean, it had gotten really bad. Now, I don't know if any of you that have done intermittent fasting, if you have had that experience at all, where it just kind of like the cravings hit and you just want to eat. So, but that has been my experience on it. Now, do you want to know if I lost any weight? In the last 4 weeks, I have lost 1 pound, right? I have lost 1 pound. My goal was not to lose weight anyway, but I will tell you this, because of those cravings I had in the evening, and eating whatever I wanted to, instead of sticking to what I know to do and to do what was right, what has happened is, although I've lost 1 pound, every 4 weeks I take my inches and I take my weight, and I do my measurement. I do my measurements, I take my weight. I did not gain any weight. I did lose 1 pound, but let me tell you, I've gained body fat and I've picked up inches. So just because you lose weight does not mean that because you're eating unhealthy, that your body's not going to respond in a completely different way. Yes, I lift weights, and yes, I do all these other things, but my body fat percentage, although my weight went down, my body fat percentage went up, right? And that has come literally from me eating those cravings in the evening after dinner. I know where it comes from. So that's why I said at the beginning of this video, intermittent fasting and anything else you try, keto, Mediterranean diet, vegan, if you go vegetarian, it will all work for you. It will work if you work it, right? If you don't work it, it's not going to work for you. And usually that's what the problem is. The problem is that we don't work it like we should, and then we get mad when we don't see the results. Well, we don't see the results because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Ain't that right, Jackson? We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, so we don't get to see the results. So we don't see the results because we don't do what we're supposed to do, just like me with the intermittent fasting. Could I have seen better results? Of course. Could I have lost more weight? Yes. Could I have dropped some body fat? Yes. Could I have dropped some inches? Yes. But why did I not do that and I only lost 1 pound? Was because I decided to eat whatever I wanted to, like a silly. So next month, what I'm going to do is go back to my old eating habits. No more intermittent fasting. I'm going to eat my breakfast, and I'm going to eat my healthy meals like I'm supposed to. So with that being said, because someone is getting a little heavy now because he's getting bigger, with that being said, please know this about intermittent fasting. It will work if you work it. And I did 16-hour fast, 8 hours eating. And so if you can do whatever you want when it comes to the fast. Some people do that. Some people fast one day and then they fast 1 day and then they take the next day and they eat. Like, there's a lot of different types of intermittent fasting. And yes, it will work if you worked it. So, Noelle said that she tried it and it worked. However, I do believe it's a process. I think she said a process. I missed the comment. So let me just say, it will work if you work it. And if you don't work it, it won't work. But then, even in saying all of that stuff, what you have to realize is you have to find what works for you. Intermittent fasting doesn't work for me because I like to eat breakfast. And I will lose because I won't have these crazy cravings in the evening. I'm just telling you guys what it was for me. I'm not saying what it's going to be for you. I'm just saying for me, this is what it was. This was my experience. Here's how I handle it. Here's all these cravings I had, and I caved and I gave into it. And yes, I lost my 1 pound for the whole month, but I picked up body fat. So I'd rather pick up weight because I'm working out and lose the body fat, right? So that is my story about my intermittent fasting. Just know, again, as I said at the beginning, intermittent fasting works for a lot of people, and they like it and they enjoy it, and they are still doing it. It was just not something I liked doing, and it was not something that I'm going to continue to do. But what I can tell you is I have tried it, and here's my experience. So if you want to try it, see if it works for you. It may work. And also remember, your intermittent fasting can be done any hours of the day. I would eat between, let's say on average, eat between 12 and 8. The rest of the time I'm fasting. But if you like to eat breakfast, then what you do is you change that time to where you're eating in the morning and then fasting in the evening, right? Or maybe you fast in the evening all the way past, a little bit past the morning time. So you have to pick the hours that work best for you and what you like to eat. All right, y'all, so that's it. That's my story. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if there's any subjects you guys want me to talk about when it comes to your healthy lifestyle journey. So you guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Hope this video helps someone. Again, it was just my experience and my story when it came to intermittent fasting. Everyone have a great day. Plus, I'm out here sweating like crazy. Bye, everybody.
Keep pushing on, things are gonna get better.